Time for some coffee. All right, I'm good. Oh, yeah. Time for the Fierce Podcast. What's up, guys? Fears. Audience. Fears. How artest thou? Thouest is good, but I'm tired. I've been doing a lot of naps today. A lot of naps. Lots to talk about. Some good, some bad. Some not so good. Some good, though. So a little bit of both. Anyway, let me open up the chat and see how everything's going. And I got some important things to talk to you guys about. All right, let me open up the chat. There's no good way to tell you guys this. So I'm just going to tell you. So anyway, let me open up the chat. There we are. Oh, thank you for the like. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the first like. Thank you for the second like. Thank you. We got 2 people watching. So there we are. All right. Well, today's topics are Fears would love to talk to you guys. What is your dream vacation? What's your dream vacation? You guys tell me your dream vacation. I will tell you my dream vacation. Also, we're going to be reviewing, I watched Miracle. So we're going to do a review on this. And then I watched Campnowhere. So we're going to do a review on these 2. But before all that, I got some stuff to talk to you about. Now, there's no good way to say this, so I'm just going to say it. They cut my hours at work. They always do before peak season and after peak season. Peak season is anywhere from September all the way till January 1st. That is probably the busiest time we are at the warehouse. It is non-stop, non-go. So as soon as September hits, they will not cut my hours. But those slow times, like in July and August, they cut hours. And then those slow times in like February and the end of January, those are the worst because they cut hours. They cut hours then too. Because not a lot of people send packages around that time. So they don't need everybody in the warehouse. And they always do it. They did it to me last year. They always cut hours between August, like all of like the rest of July, all of August. So instead of working 5 days a week, I checked my schedule. If I was working today, I'm not working tonight. So I'm working Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I called that boss and I said, "Is there anything wrong?" And he said, "No." He goes, "There's nothing wrong, John." He goes, "Just, you know how we did it last year, but before peak season and after peak season?" And I said, "Well, yeah." I said, "But I've been there almost a year." I said, "I thought I would have some, clout." And they said, "We understand, John." They said, "Nobody wants their hours cut." They said, "Just keep working hard, on the days that we give you, and your hard work will pay off." And I said, "Are you sure I didn't do anything wrong?" She goes, "Nope, you didn't do anything wrong." She goes, in those slow times, we always cut hours between like the rest of July and August. And then between September and January 1st is like when we're the busiest. And then she said, "We'll probably cut some hours like at the end of January and February because most people don't send packages around that time." So I was a little bummed about that, so I don't work tonight. But I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. Hopefully next week they won't cut my hours again. We'll see. If not, I'll have to ride my way through it. I also have been looking for better job opportunities. I did apply to some airline jobs when I was in Missouri. So we'll see. Well, I mean, the job won't be in Missouri. I applied for airline jobs out here in Florida, but on my computer when I was in Missouri. So we'll see. I'll because I'm always trying to improve myself. So I'll keep you guys updated. So that's the bad news. Getting my hours cut. So hopefully it's only temporary. We'll see. So there's that. The next thing is my mom talked to me, and my mom was going to get me a big surprise, and I said, Mom, I don't need anything. I said, I don't need anything, I said, coming to see you and Grandma and everybody, I said, that was good enough for me. I said, it's time to get back to work, though. She goes, I really want to buy you a nice, surprise. And I said, but why, though? She goes, me and your grandma, we missed you. And I said, I missed you guys. And my mom's like, I don't know if I have enough money for this surprise. I said, Mom, don't worry about it. So I don't even know what this surprise is, what my mom's talking about. So I told her, don't worry about it. So I don't know. She may send it. She may not send it. I have no idea. I said, give me any clues? And she's like, no clues. And I was like, Mom, I don't need anything. I really don't. So hopefully she'll listen to my advice, because I don't need anything from my mom. Like my mom, she needs to save her money. She's going through some hard times right now, with the passing of my dad a year ago. So I'm like, Mom, let's just focus on the family. Let's just focus on the family. Everything will be fine. I said, I don't need a surprise. I said, I just got done with the vacation. The vacation was fantastic. You guys are going to go nuts when you see the vacation footage. I mean, I filmed some pretty awesome stuff. So there's that. Next, let's see, what else is going on? Oh yeah, I forgot to set my alarm clock, so I missed church. Hilarious. I woke up, it was like 1 in the afternoon, and I went, well, shit. Looks like I'm not going to church. Rad. You know what I'm saying? Plus, even if I wanted to go out, it's been raining all day. All day. Rain. You can probably hear it drizzling right now. I think it stopped for like an hour. That was it. I went and got some gas and filled up my car, because my car was almost on E. And when I went and got gas, it wasn't raining. But by the time I got back home and parked my car and opened up my front door to my apartment, as soon as I shut the door, torrential downpour. So right now it's like still raining, but it's like drizzling out there. So it's been raining all day. All day. I decided to wear my new Super Mario shirt today. Pretty awesome. Anyway, got to keep the nerd t-shirts going. So it's just been one bad thing after another day. Raining all day. Not going into work today. Horrible. Why? Because they cut my hours. So I'm a little perturbed about that. But they do it every year, though. They do it every year, and I get it. I understand. I completely understand. Obviously, if it's slow, they don't need everybody in the factory. It just sucks that I've been there almost a year, so I thought I would have some seniority, but it is what it is. Anyway, feel free to thank you so much for the 3rd like. I appreciate it. You guys go nuts always with the likes and the comments, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much. The chat is open. Feel free to say hello, and we're going to be reviewing Campnowhere. Fears rented this all the time when I was a kid. All the time. And then I watched this last night. Miracle. It's based on a true story. It's about the 1980s American U.S. hockey team. And we finally beat the Russians, the Soviets, in hockey. And nobody had ever done that before. No matter how hard they tried, they could not continue to skate with the Soviets, because the Soviets back then were the most disciplined, the most toughest team around, and the coach that Kurt Russell plays, his name is Herb Brooks, and Herb Brooks was he was the coach of the USA team for quite a few years, and he was determined. He goes, look, they're just human beings, and they're a team. He goes, if we work hard enough, we can beat this team. Everyone else was afraid. He goes, I'm not afraid of them. He goes, we will beat them. So when I saw it in the store, I was like, man, that's a cool story. Plus, I love hockey. I love playing hockey. I love watching hockey. I love hockey. So I thought I would buy it, give it a go. Anyway, thank you so much for the 4th like. I appreciate that. We got 3 people watching, 4 likes. I can't thank you guys enough for all the likes. I'm going to message Visions and let him know that I'm streaming. I think I did, but let me make sure I did. Let me see here. I don't know. I don't know if Visions is going to be here today. It is a Sunday night. People are just trying to chill out, max and relax. I don't know if he'll make it. He could be working too, so I'm just going to be like, yo, Visions, I am streaming right now. Well, if I would spell it right now. So come and hang out if you can, or if you are not working. See you soon, buddy. All right. So I just put, yo, Visions, I'm streaming right now, so come and hang out if you can, and if you're not working. Because I'll be honest, I actually don't know if Visions is working or not working right now. Owning your own business, I mean, you can make your own hours. That's one thing I envy. Visions must love, like, he can sleep in every day, and then he works, he works when he wants to. So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. Thanks for the 5 likes. I appreciate that. Yo, Eddie, what's going on? He says, what up, Fears? What up, Eddie? Good to see you. Buddy, I don't know if you've ever seen these movies. We're reviewing Miracle today, and we're reviewing Campnowhere. Me and my brother, when we were kids, man, we used to watch this all the time. I would rent it from Blockbuster like at least once or twice a week. It was insane, dude. It's a good movie. It's very outdated, though. Very outdated. Anyway, big shout out to the fans. Thanks for the 5 likes. Before we start, I just wanted to let you guys know, I did upload a new video. Finally, Fears uploaded a new video. It had been a while. I think it had been a month, maybe a month and a half since I uploaded an actual video. It's on Fears Man 26, and people wrote me and said, well, Fears, you put the Fears Vlogs logo in there. The reason why I put the Fears Vlogs logo at the very end was because I wanted to tell the fans not only about Fears Man, but for Fears Vlog. So when the video starts, you see the Fears Man 26 logo pop up like it always does. And then towards the end, I put up the Fears logo. I mean the Fears Vlogs logo. To let everybody know, hey, I do this channel, but I also do this channel. Just to tell the fans, hey, thank you. So I uploaded the video content of me signing the autographs for Yakovich, the Dude, and Visions. So the Dude, Yakov, and Visions have got their all their autographs by now. They got all their stuff, and they said that they enjoyed it, so I'm glad all you guys enjoyed it. Eddie says, good to see you too, Fears. Good to see you. Yo, Dasha, what's up? Now, Dasha, I asked you a question yesterday, and you did not answer me. You did not answer me. So, Dasha, I wanted to know, how did you find out about my channel? Did you find it randomly? Did one of your friends say, hey, I'm a fan of Fears's, you should watch this guy? Did we meet at a convention? How did we meet? I always try and ask my new fans, or new people in the chat, hey, where did you... Like, what video did you see of mine first? Did you see a live stream first? Did you see a video or a vlog first? How did you find? You look cute in your new hat, Eddie. This ain't a new hat. And my name's not Eddie. It's Fears. This is an old hat, Dasher. This is quite old. Quite old. Quite old. Unless you were talking to Eddie. But Eddie doesn't have a new hat. Eddie is the skeleton rotting zombie in his profile. So I don't know what the hell you're on about. Anyway, Dash, if you could let me know. Dasha said, I searched Sleepaway Camp on YouTube. Oh, and mine popped up? I've never done that. Here, let me see if I pop up. Hang on, let me go to YouTube, and I'll just write in Sleepaway Camp. Probably my review came up of Sleepaway Camp. Here, I'll just write Sleepaway Camp and see what pops up. Sleepaway Camp. Oh, wow. Wow. My review does pop up. Oh, my lord. Well, there it is. There it is. Uh-huh. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Wow, that's pretty cool that mine just pops up out of nowhere. Well, I did do a review, but I didn't think. I mean, the actual horror movies, Sleepaway Camp, are a lot more popular than like my little channel. So, but it's kind of cool that they associate Fears with Sleepaway Camp, not intentionally, I guess. I did do a review though, but the whole movie is just absolutely insane. The first one, Fears is not ventured off yet and watched 2, 3, 4. I think Pixel told me there's a fifth one, right? How many is there? I honestly don't know. I know there's at least 3. Kind of like that. I know what you did last summer bullshit. I think they've got 3 or 4 of those fuckers, but I don't remember how. I think there's 4. I'm not 100%. 4 or 5. But when you guys figure it out, you let me know. You let me know. All right, back to the chat. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see. Eddie says, thanks, Dasha. I don't know. I don't have a new hat, Dasha. That's what I thought. I think Dasha's losing her mind, Eddie, but that's okay. Better be good. Listen, when is Fears not good? Eddie, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. You should watch out about the other hilarious people in the chat. I'm fine. The host is always fine, I never. I'm usually the one, like, blocking people and timing people out, if somebody is not good in the chat, So you never have to worry about me, Eddie, but I appreciate you with the backup support. So there it is. Anyway, hopefully Vision shows up, hopefully Pixel, hopefully everybody else, but yeah. So if you guys didn't hear, I started the stream off kind of on a sad note. They do this to me and other people every year in the factory. I work at a factory, and on the slow spurts, they take away like hours, like off our schedule. And they always do it before peak season. And if you guys don't know what peak season is, I've talked about it before, when you work in a factory, there's certain times in the year where you're super slow and super busy. Our peak season, because there's 3 holidays in a row, Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, right, which is coming up. So anywhere from September to, I'd say, the first week in January, that's when we are the most busiest, and they won't cut my hours. But they always cut my hours before peak season, like right now at the end of July, a little bit in August, and then they don't cut my hours all the way through, peak season. And then they'll cut my hours like towards the middle of January and a little bit of February. But as soon as March hits, that's when we get busy again. So I looked at my schedule today, and I'm like, oh, what is this crap? So I don't have to go into work today. So one, it's kind of cool. It's like a free day. But other times I'm like, no, I kind of wish I'd want to go in and make some money, So Fears only has to work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. Hopefully next week they'll give me my Monday back, because usually I work in the wee hours. So the minute it turns, like if I had to work Monday, normally I would go in like Monday morning around 2:30, 3 o'clock, sometimes 3:30 in the morning, somewhere around there, depending on how early or late they need me. And I'll work all the way to like, 8, 9, or 10 in the morning, somewhere around there. Normally I have to check my schedule every day, because every once in a blue moon, they'll be like, hey, Fears, can you stay for an extra hour? And I'm like, yeah, I'll stay for an extra hour. Do you need me to stay 2 extra hours? And they're like, sure. They're like, leave at 10. I'm like, okay, cool. Clock out at 10. Anyway, let's see. She's losing her mind, Fears. Well, I was guessing, Eddie. Is she actually losing her mind? So there is. Are you on Ashley Madison, Fears? I don't even know who that is. Ashley. Time for Google. Ashley Madison. I don't know who that is, Dasha. Do you work at a Meatworks Killing Yards? I don't know what the fuck you're on about. You're starting to freak me out, Dasha. Don't do that. You're starting to really freak me out. I don't know who the hell Ashley Madison is, though. Let's go to Google and find out who this is. Let me go to images. Ashley Madison. The name doesn't ring a bell. I don't know who this is. Ashley Madison. She does look... She's... Alright, so she's thin. I don't know. She looks like a model or... Maybe a model or an actress? Or both? I don't know. That's what popped up. She is attractive. I see a lot of modeling photos, so I guess she's a model. The answer is no, Dasha. But I'm looking at her photos right now. She does look very nice in a bikini. She looks very nice in the bikini. But there's a lot of Ashley Madisons that popped up. Hopefully, I'm looking at the right one. The one that I'm looking at, it says that she's a model and she's an actress, and she's got blonde hair, and she's quite cute. But I don't know if that's the right one, because then if you scroll down, there's like an Ashley Madison with brown hair. Then there's a big fat girl that's Ashley Madison. So a lot of Ashley Madisons are popping up. So, but the first one that popped up was the hot, sexy actress / model. So if that's the one you're talking about, no, I'm not on that. But she is cute. She is adorable. She is adorable. Anyway, no, I don't work at a meatworks killing yards. Whatever the hell that is. That's just weird. That's weird. Dash is kind of freaking me out. I'm just saying. She's kind of freaking me out. That's a little weird. Don't do that, Dasha. If you continue to be weird, I'll probably just block you. Because that's weird. 1, I would never kill anyone. 2, meat and killing and... I don't know, that's just weird. Alright, let's continue on. Let's just continue on. Very weird. Very weird. But no. Alright, let's continue on. That kind of freaked me out just for half a second. I don't know. That's one of the most weirdest responses I've ever had in my life. I'm just being honest. Why would I work at a meat killing plant? Whatever the fuck that means. No. I just work at a normal factory. Wow. There's some weird people on the internet. Dasha went from normal to psycho within seconds. Eddie, I don't know what to say. I'm kind of taken back a little bit. Maybe you were joking. I hope to God you were joking. All right, let's go with some sleepaway camp. So Fears used to watch this all the time. I used to watch this all the time. Me and my brother started renting this from Blockbuster. Oh Lord, how old was I? 10, maybe 11 when I first watched this movie. It's very old, but still very good. It doesn't hold up because it's very outdated. It's basically about these kids. They're sick and tired of going to like their crappy summer camps. Like this guy, he's like a nerd, so he has to go to computer camp. This one, she's all into theater, so her mom sends her to theater camp. She's a little bit overweight, so she goes to fat kid camp to like lose weight. And then this guy, he's kind of like a punk rocker dude. And so his dad's like, enough, there's no discipline. So he sends him off to military school. Well, this summer they're like, all right, we've had it. And his name is, what's his name? His name is, oh, hang on. Oh, I forgot the main kid's name. And I forgot the main kid name. He finally gets sick of it, and he just says it kind of nonchalantly, like he goes, with all the money that our parents are paying, he goes, we could just afford to make our own camp. And then the punk rocker kid's like, wait a minute, what did you say? And he's like, oh, I was just saying, like, with all that money that they're spending on these stupid camps, yes, I like computers, but I don't like them enough to send me to a nerd like computer camp. He goes, I just like to fiddle, with computers. And then the punk guy goes, wait a minute, I got an idea. He goes, why don't we just take the money off our parents and we'll just go to a camp ourselves? Mud, that's his name, Visions. That's his name. His nickname is Mud. So they basically just take all the money from their parents and they make a camp of their own. And when they get there, apparently no one stayed at the camp for quite a while, and the last people that were at this camp, like way off in the fucking boonies, were a bunch of hippies. So there's like peace signs and like hippie vans everywhere, and they just get a bunch of paint and they just like turn the place into a brand spanking new camp, and they call it Campnowhere, you know? Is it like Sleepaway Camp? Thank God, Flatliner, it's not like Sleepaway Camp. You don't want Angela going to this fucking camp, you know? But it would be right up Angela's, you know, alleyway, because Angela was a kid. She's half woman, half man. You don't know what the fuck Angela is. But if Angela got to Campnowhere, right? Visions, she would be murdering some motherfuckers. Because that's just what Angela does, you know? Big shout out to Lord Visions. You're here. Good to see you, buddy. As always, Visions, you are a good friend. Thanks for the advice yesterday. And I'm going to talk. I had some weird dreams, man, last night. Oh, my God. They were going nuts. But Visions gave me some really good advice. So I always appreciate you giving me good advice, Visions. You're a good friend, and you're a good fan. And Visions, I uploaded, this isn't just for Visions. This is for everybody. But I don't know if you've watched it yet, Visions. I uploaded a new video. It's on FearsMan26. It's when I was putting together Yakov's autographs, your autographs, Visions, and the dudes. And you see me on camera sign them. I made like a tiny little, it's not really a vlog. It's more like a, it's kind of a vlog. It's kind of a vlog, but also it's just like a fun video where you see me like autographing stuff. So, because I still find it hilarious. I love all my loving and loyal fans. I even say this in the video. People call me a legend online. They call me a celebrity. They call me an online personality. I don't think of myself as any of that. You know, I'm just a normal guy trying to make it, you know, in the world, you know. Find a lady, have some kids, make some funny videos, get a promotion, you know, normal stuff. But I appreciate that you guys call me a living legend. I don't consider myself a living legend. You take my channel and you put it up against like Tim Tracker. He's got like 3 to 4 million, and he's like the best vlogger, not in the world, he's the best vlogger in Orlando. And he vlogs with his beautiful wife. He has a beautiful wife. And then they have a little baby, and sometimes their baby comes on the vlogs with them. I think the baby's like 2 or 3. So they vlog as a family, and he's got like 4 million subs. I'm peanuts compared to that guy. I'm peanuts compared to my hero. I love Casey Neistat. He's got fucking 12 million followers. Bam! It's like my mind's fucking blown. And you know what? Roman Atwood, I think he has the most out of everyone I watch. He definitely he has more than I watch Epic Mealtime, which those guys are fucking hilarious. And their food is just out of control. But they make funny videos. I watch Epic Mealtime sometimes. He's got way more subscribers than Epic Mealtime. Roman has way more subscribers than Tim Tracker. Way more subscribers than like Casey Neistat. Way more subscribers than like Adam the Woo. Adam the Woo, he's got a lot. He's got like 5 or 6 million. Roman Atwood has like 17 million followers, which is cool, but it's just ridiculous. I mean, to think, like, that's a shitload of fans, you know? I can't even comprehend that many, you know? So, but I appreciate that you guys call me a living legend and you guys want my autographs. Signing autographs is still kind of weird to me. Visions asked for the first one, so Visions is the ultimate Fears fan, in my eyes. He wanted the first one. And then other people asked, and then when I did the meme contest, I signed some more. So it's still a little weird to sign autographs because if you look at my numbers, they're quite low. But I try to put as much energy and passion into each and every stream and each and every video, you know? Like, my TikTok is actually doing better than my both of my YouTube channels put together. I have like 8,274, something like that. It's somewhere around there. So yeah. Vision says no problem, Fears. Well, thanks, buddy. I appreciate all that advice. Well, before we get into the movie reviews, oh, actually, here I'll tell you guys about my crazy dreams after the movie review because me and Visions wanted to talk about this, and I've already started it. Visions, by chance, did you watch this? I know you said you were kind of on the fence. You were like, maybe Fears. It's not really my cup of tea, but I'll let you know, maybe. And I was like, all right, yeah, cool. And then, remember, I wrote you back, Visions. I'm like, Visions, you don't have to. I'm like, watch whatever the hell you want, and whatever you watch, you can chime in, on your 2 cents. And if you have more to say about this, great. If you don't want to talk about this, then I'll just take the reins on this. I thought it was a good movie. I watched it. I thought it was great. Plus, it's so cool that I love any hockey, but it's so cool that our American hockey team was like, yeah, fuck you, Russia. Like, you're just people. What, you think we're scaredy cats? And up until that point in the 80s, everyone was just scared of the Russian team. They had the biggest players on their team. They would like intimidate all the other players, be like, yeah, like they already knew going in, yeah, fuck you, we're gonna win, so you guys have absolutely no chance. And Herb Brooks, which is the he's the coach that Kurt Russell plays. He plays Herb Brooks, which unfortunately he was still alive when they were making the movie, but when the movie came out, he passed away, so he never got to see the finished product, unfortunately. But they do a little tribute and put some behind-the-scenes footage at the end of the movie. So he's still in the movie. He just never got to see the complete thing. But Herb Brooks back then was like, I'm not afraid of the Russian team, and my players shouldn't be afraid, because in the end, they're just human beings. If we work hard enough, they can be beaten. They can be beaten. He goes, they're not like mindless robots. They're not fucking RoboCop. And he goes, so I'm gonna beat them at their own game. And then everybody in the hockey organization was like, well, Herb, how the hell are you gonna do that? Actually, I'll review this one first, Visions. Since you didn't want to talk about it, and since I'm already halfway into it, we'll get back to this. And Herb's like, they're just people. Who cares? Wow, they're from Russia. Who gives a shit, And they're like, yeah, but Herb, they're like, they've won every single time in the Olympics. And he goes, that's why I want to pursue it. He goes, that's why I want to pursue it. He goes, because they think that they're untoppable. They think they're unbeatable. He's like, the hell with that. He goes, I'm going to take their intimidation tactics and throw it right down their friggin' face. Like, you know how they throw it in our face? He goes, if we throw it into their face 20 times harder, 50 times harder, then he goes, then we can beat them. And he even told that to all his other coaching friends, and he told it to his team. He goes, we may not be the best team. He goes, but I guarantee you this. He goes, we'll be the best conditioned team, which means they'll be the hardest working team. Because he at that point, no team was strong enough to skate with the Soviets throughout a whole game. Like, they would get tired about halfway through the game, and then just kind of like slug through the rest of it. And that's why the Soviets would win. They would break them down emotionally and physically. Like, they would throw intimidation in their face, and then they're like, well, you're not strong enough to skate with us through a whole hockey game. And every single team would break down like that. Emotionally and physically, they would get physically tired. And that was their strategy. And they won shitloads of gold medals, shitloads of Olympic stuff every single year. And Herb Brooks is like, yeah, the hell with that. Like, I'm just going to beat them at their own game. And then everyone was against him. He's like, Herb, you can't do that. He goes, there's no way that your team is going to be that good enough to go against the Soviets. He's like, well, we'll find out. And they're like, why do you want to do this? He goes, because, it's the ultimate challenge. He goes, they think they're so big, bad, tough. He goes, America is the greatest country in the world. He goes, we should have the great, and I guess he was a very patriotic guy. I'm a very patriotic guy, but when I watched this movie, apparently Herb Brooks was even more patriotic than Fears, and I'm pretty patriotic. But this guy was like the ultimate, like, fucking patriot. He goes, the hell with those guys. He goes, we have the best. He goes, we should have the best team in the world. He goes, I love hockey. I love America. They're insulting Americans, which the Soviets were. They were like calling us all names, like, you guys shouldn't even be in the Olympics. They were saying all sorts. They were like trash talking people, going fucking nuts. And he's like, yeah, he goes, I'm putting a stop to this right now, right fucking now. So yeah. Vision said, nah, I wasn't really feeling it. Sports aren't really that interesting to me. I understand, buddy. I understand. I got you. I understand. No worries. No worries. So basically, what does he do? He has he picks certain players. Like, and Herb Brooks was like adamant. Like all the other coaching people that were involved said, Herb, you don't even have some of the best players on your team. And he goes, I'm not looking for the best players. He goes, I'm looking for the right players. He goes, every one of these kids that I pick for the team is for a certain reason. He goes, you ever seen that? You ever seen that Mickey kid? He goes, that Mickey kid has the best slap shot I've ever seen in the entire world. He goes, we're gonna need a perfect person that has epic slap shots. He goes, you see that goalie? He goes, no one's ever been able to score off my goalie. That's why I want him in the goal. So he had a certain coaching style. He goes, I'm not looking for the biggest and baddest and toughest. He goes, I'm looking for the best, the smartest players and the right players for the right positions. He goes, all I have to do is just beef them up a little bit and condition them, and the Soviets have got no fucking chance. And that's exactly what he did, and he proved everybody wrong, and they were able to beat the Soviets. And the Soviets could not believe it. Like, their ego was like this fucking high, and then when the Americans beat them, they were like, oh shit, that's never fucking happened. And he's like, yeah. Like Herb Brooks, get used to it. We're going to continue to keep beating you because you think you're this big, almighty, fucking, powerful god. And no, you're not. It's just a game. It's just hockey. So it was definitely a turning point in hockey history. I've actually seen the real game. After I bought this, I thought, oh, well, before I watch the movie version, I'll go to my library. Visions, I rented. It's such an amazing game. They actually had the old footage of the game on DVD, and I said, do you have the 1980s Olympics game, the Soviets versus the U.S. team? And she goes, we don't have it, but we can order it for you. I went, oh yeah. I'm like, I want to see the actual game. Man, oh man, was that fucking game great? Oh shit, it was slap shot after slap shot. I mean, they were neck and neck. And then all of a sudden, the Americans would come and go, yeah, fuck you, schnunk, and throw one in. It was such a good game. It's been a while since I've seen the game, so I can't tell you specifics, but I watched it before. I watched it. Oh, hang on, wait. I bought this recently, so I watched it after I got back from my trip. So a couple days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, because I've been home for about 4 or 5 days from my trip. So I don't remember what day, but they said, we'll order it today, and it should be at the library here within a day. And I went, great. And then I went the very next day and watched it. And then I watched this. It was a good game. So how would I rate it? It's not the best sports movie ever, but it's pretty good. I would give it an 8 out of 10. Kurt Russell's phenomenal. Hello, fucking Snake Plissken. He plays a good Herb Brooks. I had never heard of Herb Brooks until I saw this, and when I saw the old game. I had never heard about this legendary hockey game until I bought this. So I did some research on it. Pretty good game. Pretty legendary game. So yeah, lots of bonus features. I watched them all last night. My 2 favorite scenes where at the end, where they finally win, Herb Brooks can't fucking believe it. He's like, oh shit, I actually did it. And he just needs a moment. So he goes out away from all the players and he's in the hallway and he just goes like this, yeah, I fucking did it. So that was a great, powerful scene. That's one of my favorite scenes. Another one is when he does this legendary, quote to his players. And apparently he really said this. It was right before the game. He walks in, and everyone's talking amongst themselves, and he goes, all right, let's quiet down. He goes, I've got something to say. He goes, I'm not much for speeches. He goes, I feel like I should say something to you guys. He goes, this is a pivotal point in hockey history, He goes, you guys are going to change everything. He goes, their time is done. It's over. He goes, everyone thinks that the Soviets are the best players in the world, the best team in the world. He goes, screw them. Screw them. He goes, they're not mindless robots. He goes, they can be beaten. He goes, and we will beat them. And he goes, you want to know why? He goes, because great moments are formed by great opportunities. He goes, and that's what you have here, gentlemen. He goes, you have an opportunity to shut them up. He goes, they've been making fun of you. They've been making fun of your country. They've been making fun of your team. He goes, they think we're a joke. And he goes, you've earned the opportunity to be here. He goes, I've worked you guys so hard. He goes, this is a great moment in history. And he goes, now get out there and take it. Which is a very cool, like, powerful, he was amping them up, and shit. So, very good movie. Not the best. I gave it about an 8 out of 10. I'd say the best, my favorite, like, sports movie of all time is basically the underdog story. Rudy. Rudy is my favorite. He was like 5'6", like me, short, couldn't play football worth a shit, but he hung in there, and he got to play on the football team that he wanted, and he really wasn't good at his grades. Now, that's where me and him differ. I was pretty good with grades. The only one I wasn't really good in at school was math. Math hates me, and I hate math. But if I had an interest in it, I got A's and B's. If I didn't have an interest in it, then I was like, yeah, whatever. And math, I have no interest in it. So that's why I was getting like D's and F's. I was like, oh shit, I need to get a tutor because I want to get good grades and get into a good college, which I did. I found a great film school. 4 of the best years of Fears' life. It was definitely worth it. And then I had to get another tutor because my degree required that I take calculus and college calculus and college algebra. I have never used algebra or calculus in my life. Why I had to have it for my film degree, or my film degrees, because I got 2 degrees, baffles me. I have no idea why. But apparently you needed it. And I was like, oh, shit, I'm in trouble. So I went up to the dean and I was like, yeah, I need help. And he's like, well, how about we get you a tutor? And I was like, that would be great. I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I got a tutor. I turned things around. But any other class that I had in college, I was rocking. I was doing pretty good. Anyway, those are my 2 favorite scenes. Would I recommend it? I would recommend. It's worth a watch. I don't know if it's worth buying. I only got it because it was like $1 or $2, but it's definitely worth a watch. And I think the actual game, like when I rented the actual game from the library and watched it, the actual game, I mean, they tried to portray the actual game in the movie, and they got it pretty damn close, but they didn't get it 100%, obviously, because it was in the 80s. But if you watch the original game, holy shit, it was action-packed. It was like a legendary game. And I'm like, oh, this is fucking great. I'm like, they have the whole game on DVD. I'm going to watch it. It's going to be fucking great. It was awesome. Visions, I don't know who Ted Lasso is. I keep avoiding Ted Lasso. Is he the director? No, he's not the director. Who the hell is Ted Lasso? Hang on. I need to look this person up. Ted Lasso. I have no idea what that is. Give me 1 second. Ted Lasso. Who is this? Oh, I know this guy. He was on Saturday Night Live. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry, Visions. This is a show, but I know the actor that plays Ted Lasso. Yeah, I've heard of this. I haven't seen it yet, Visions. So Ted Lasso is a character, but I know the actor that plays Ted Lasso. He's been in, like, Horrible Bosses. He was on Saturday Night Live. Like, he's done a lot of Saturday Night Live, like, sketches. Yeah, I know who this is. I haven't seen the show either, buddy. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard of it. It took me a minute. I was like, wait a minute, who the fuck is Ted Lasso? I know who it is now. I know it is. It just took me a second to Google it. See, Fears' memory, it's getting a little bit better. Sometimes I need like a jump start. I'll know it a little bit, and then I'll be like, what the fuck is that? And then I'll have to look something up and go, oh yeah, then it'll trigger Fears' brain. And I'm like, oh yeah, I know what you're on about. I know what you're talking about. Anyway, I would give it a watch. It's pretty good, but it's not my favorite. Like I said, my favorite like sports movie of all time, Rudy. Now I would highly suggest Rudy. Rudy is amazing, and thank God I have it in the collection. I've already reviewed it. I've watched that ages ago, and I've reviewed it for you guys ages ago. But if you get a chance, watch it again because Rudy is fucking amazing. This is good though. I do recommend it, but not as much as I recommend Rudy. Because this is a pretty cool moment in hockey history. I mean, no one has even ever came close to that moment. It was pretty damn epic. So, yeah. Anyway. All right. So, Visions, your thoughts on... I'll let you take the reins here. Thoughts on Campnowhere. I would rate it probably... I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's not the best comedy in the world, but it's got some great cameos in it. The guy that plays Biff Tannen out of the Back to the Future, he plays the sheriff. And I was like, oh shit. He's back acting with Christopher Lloyd. You know, that trio. I would have lost my mind, Visions, if all three of them would have been there. Like, Michael J. Fox would have been in that. You know, the guy that plays Biff Tannen and Christopher Lloyd. What's his name? The guy that plays... Biff Tannen. Starring Christopher Lloyd, Jonathan Jackson, Wendy, and... Oh, what the hell is his name? I know it's Tom something. Tom... Hang on, let me go to Google. I know it. Hang on. It's Tom something. Who played Biff Tannen? Tom Wilson. I'm sorry, not Tom. Thomas Wilson. I knew it was Tom something. Thomas Wilson. So Thomas Wilson is in it, and he's hilarious. He plays like this bumbling, like hilarious cop, you know, trying to figure out where the hell what the hell these kids are doing at this camp, why they're being so rowdy, why they're buying all this like crazy shit. They're buying like water slides and super soakers. Yes, they had super soakers. That shows you how old this film is. Fears owned a super soaker. Who owned a super soaker in the chat? Let me know. I actually had a couple of super soakers. Visions, be honest. Come on. Did you own a super soaker? And they all had different names. Yeah, Super Soaker XP90, you know, and all this other shit. The Super Soaker, 2000. You know, I had a lot. I didn't have all of them, but I had some of them. And they were like little, or they were massive, and it was this epic water gun, you know what I'm saying? If I had to watch as a kid, I would have rated it higher. But as a full grown goth bad boy, I don't know. Well, there you go. There you go. So probably Visions would say, well, I guarantee you, Visions, when Fears was a little Fears and you were a little Visions, I guarantee you, we're friends now, but I guarantee you, we would have bbeen friends back in the day. Fucking, macking on some chicks, in middle school, playing some fucking video games. Like, hey, Visions, check out fucking Courtney. And he's like, yeah, Fears, like, her ass is legendary. I'm like, I know her ass is legendary. You know what I'm saying? By the way, Courtney was this one girl that I had a big Mondo crush on in middle school. And in high school. She was pretty hot. We were friends all the way up until 12th grade, and then she moved away, and I never knew what happened to her. She doesn't have a Facebook. I've tried to look her up. Can't find her out. Trust me, Visions, you would have thought Courtney was hot back in the day. Oh, yeah. Now, back in the day, I agree. Visions would have probably rated it, probably maybe an 8 or a 9. Fears is going to give it about an 8 out of 10. It's a pretty good comedy. Not the best, but it's pretty good. But yeah. But he said, as a full-grown goth bad boy. I wouldn't say you're a bad boy, Visions. You're goth, for sure. But you seem to be like a really nice guy, really nice person. So I don't think you're bad. You do have a hilarious homeless bum in your backyard, though. That story was legendary, though. You're like, hey, Fears, I pay this guy like $20 a week, and he cuts my grass. And I'm like, really? And he went, oh, yeah. He goes, then I don't have to do it. I'm like, that's true. I'm like, you don't have to cut your grass. So there it is. I don't think you're a bad guy, though, Visions. I think you're a very nice guy. You are goth, though. Full-on goth. Anytime I've called you on Instagram, you're at, like, a goth concert. So when Fears goes to visit Visions next year, I'm probably going to be packing a lot of black t-shirts. So Fears will be goth for a week. Yeah. I'll probably pack more than black t-shirts, though, Visions. So, yeah. It's funny that they wanted to put that one girl in fat camp, but she wasn't even overweight. That's true. She wasn't that fat. She wasn't that fat. She was just wearing a sweater. That's very true. But you know what? It's cool. Like Mud kind of reminds me of when I was a kid. I was that kid that I tried to get along with everybody, and I didn't diss anyone's social group. You know, I was like, all right, you know, in high school, I'm like, all right, there's the goths, there's the sluts, there's the jocks. Hey, I can take a football and throw it 1,000 yards, all that crap. Everyone was like, oh yeah, we know Fears. Yeah, he's cool. He gets along with everybody. I tried to get along with everybody because I'm like, well, it would be wrong if I judged that person because I don't know what that person's going through. So I'm like, don't judge that person, Fears. So I was kind of like, I was like that Mud kid, you know, from the movie Visions. I was kind of like him. I tried to get along with everybody, tried to be cool with everybody, and it's cool. Mud ends up getting the girl at the end that Visions was just talking about. And if I was in middle school, that's the type of girl that I would go for, you know? You know, like, in middle school and high school, I never went for, like, the super hot, flowing chick, but I didn't go for, like, the ugly chick. I tried to find someone medium that was kind of cute, kind of pretty, you know, and she wasn't over a level of hotness, you know? Yo, what up, Visions? I mean, what up, heroes and villains? Heroes, have you ever seen this movie? This movie is hilarious. Me and my brother found it at Blockbuster back in, like, I don't know, 1992, 1993. Me and my brother used to rent this movie all the time. We were obsessed with it. And then all of a sudden, I'm walking through Slackers. I think I found this at Slackers. Because I found it on my trip. It was either Slackers or V-Stock. I can't remember, Visions. And I walk past and I do like a double look. I'm walking, I'm like, yeah, right on. Is that I was like, is that Sleepaway Camp? Is that Campnowhere? I'm like, oh shit. It is Campnowhere. And I just grab it. I grab it out and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I cannot believe I found it. I'm like, I can't wait to tell everybody about it. Fears watched the shot out of this when I was a kid. And now it's in the collection forever. Forever. So there it is. Heroes, I hope you're having a good day. Heroes, I started the stream telling everybody a little bit of bad news. Heroes, I don't know if your factory does this to you. It sucks. Every year they've done this to me. Oh well, I've only been there a year, but now I'm in September. I'll be there for a full year. You know. And now that we're getting into a second year of me at the factory, after Christmas, that'll be my second year there. They always cut hours before our peak season. Vision, I was telling everybody, I don't know if you were here for this. I go to check my schedule today, and I usually work Mondays, and there's nothing. And I'm like, well, what the hell is this? So I call my boss, and I'm like, hey, man, I'm like, you haven't cut my hours in ages. What's going on? And I said I was going to come in tonight. And he went, oh, Fears, it's nothing that you did. I went, are you sure? And he goes, yeah. He goes, you're not in trouble. You didn't do anything. And I went, well, what's up then? And he goes, remember how, you know, last year we cut your hours and other people's? I went, yeah. I said, well, I thought I would have some more clout because I've been there almost a year now. He goes, Fears, he goes, don't feel bad. He goes, we're cutting everybody's hours. He goes, remember, before peak season, it gets a little boring. Not a lot of people send packages before the holidays, and not a lot of people send packages after the holidays. But the minute it hits peak season, then they'll be not cutting hours because they need people. So, like, September, October, November, December, and a little bit of January, I'm going to be fucking busy beyond belief. And then all the hours will come back. But like they said, you know how it was, Fears. Last year, like the middle of July, at the end of July, and all of August, not a lot of people send packages around that time. So I was like, oh, here we go. They're gonna cut my hours. So I don't work tonight. So I only work this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I'm like, fuck. But I'm like, oh, well, at least I get 4 days. At least it wasn't like, hey, Fears, come in 2 days and, fuck all the other days. I would have been like, oh, no, that's not happening. So at least it was only 1 day. Hopefully next week I get that 5th day back. And then I know what they'll do. As soon as all the Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween and all that stuff is all over, in January, in the middle of January, they'll cut my hours again, and I'll bet you guys money. I guarantee you they will. And then a little bit of February. Not a lot of people send packages in February because there's only one holiday in February. It's Valentine's Day. And then there's no holidays in January because we just had 3 holidays before. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Oh, no, I'm sorry. There's 4. New Year's. So there's 4. But New Year's is in December, too. So there's nothing in January, So January kind of got the shaft on, no holidays. So I know, and it's not anyone's fault. He goes, Fears. He goes, I was on the phone with my boss Visions today just to make sure everything was cool. He went, Fears, you're not my only phone call that I've had today. I went, oh yeah? I'm like, how many phone calls? He goes, Lori called me. I had to cut her hours. He goes, and I've had about 5 or 6. He goes, yours would probably make the 7th call today. I went, well, yeah, people are probably wondering why their hours got cut too. I said, and he goes, well, yeah. He goes, that's why I'm telling you. He goes, that's why I got like so many calls. I said, I thought, when your hours get cut, I thought, oh, well, shit, did I do something wrong? And he goes, Fears, you've been working like crazy. He goes, you're doing good. He's like, just come in and do the hours that we tell you to do. He goes, eventually all this hard work will pay off. And I went, okay. I'm like, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like in the shit house, or something was wrong. He went, no, you're good. You're fine. He goes, we just have to cut some hours when not a lot of packages come through. And I was like, so what do you have tonight? He goes, barely 22,000. I was like, tonight? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, well, why don't I just come in anyway and get it done that much faster? He goes, I'm telling you, Fears. He goes, they won't let you come in. So I offered to come in. And he's like, Fears. He goes, I'm telling you, if you show up, they'll send you right home. And I was like, all right. I'm like, well, it's worth a try, buddy. And he goes, yeah, it was definitely worth a try. So hopefully next week I get that 1 day back. But that's not bad. Only 1 day cut. I remember last year around Christmas time. Remember I was telling you guys, or not Christmas time, in January. Remember they were sending me home every other day, and I was like, this shit's getting old because right after Christmas it gets super slow because everyone's already sent all their packages out. And they said that's just how it is always, every year, Fears. And I'm like, I get it. Everyone sends shitloads of packages around the holidays. But then as soon as the holidays are done, well, there's no need to send any more packages because Christmas is done, Thanksgiving's done, Halloween, my favorite holiday. People send shit around that time too. So we'll see. So at least I get a free night tonight. But I wanted to go in and make some money. So, there it is. But it is what it is. Let's see. Hero says, what's good? Exhumed Visions just setting up. About to go live at 7 p.m. New Mario Kart Wave 5. Oh, nice. I didn't even know they made a new Mario Kart. What are they up to? What is that? It's like, I knew they made Mario Kart 8, right, Heroes? Because you played that one, but is this new Mario Kart Wave? Is that like Mario Kart 9 or some shit? They're always making shitloads of sequels for, like, video games. And I love Mario Kart. But I've only played a couple. I played 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when I first moved down here, I did a live stream on my phone. And I played Mario Kart, I think it was 7. Because they had a display up. They had a display up in the electronics department. I went, oh shit, this is perfect. I'm like, I'll do a fucking live stream here. And I put my phone up on the shelf, and I was like, yo, I'm like, you guys say I don't play video games? Well, Fear's going to play some Mario Kart 7. So I haven't played Mario Kart 5 or 6. And I don't think I've played 8. I think 7 was the last one I played. But I saw Heroes play number 8 on his channel. And I guess if this new one that Heroes is talking about, I guess that's 9, so there it is. Let's see. Dasha said, I just started seeing this guy last week. Oh, well, congratulations. What? So you're in a new relationship, Dasha? That's what's up. He's absolutely incredible at understanding and satisfying me. Oh, well, there you go. And I just had to tell someone. Well, you didn't just tell someone, Dasha. You told about 8 people because 8 people is watching this live. And then many more people is going to watch it. Normally, after I do a live, I'll check the views. Normally, my views are anywhere from 80 to 100 views. So a lot more people are going to see it. But congratulations on that new guy. Good to know. Good to know. It's just a new update for Mario Kart 8 with new tracks and new characters. Okay, that's what's up. I thought, I'm like, yeah, but the heroes, that's what I was getting confused. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I'm like, they just made fucking 8. I'm like, are they that quick to make number 9? I'm like, damn. I'm like, they're really, like, gushing them out there. Like, yeah, we'll just gush them out as quickly as possible, you know? I'm like, well, why don't you hold your jets? Let people enjoy number 8 before you get on a 9. That makes more sense, heroes. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, got it. Got it. Dasha said, oh, that made me feel uneasy. Well, I was just telling you, Dasha. I'm like, a lot of people are going to see this. You know? Not that anything would happen. I'm just saying a lot more people than me is going to see it. 9 people are watching this right now. And then after the stream, my views, I got about 80 to 90 to 100 views on each stream. Sometimes they're low. Every once in a while, I only get like 50 or 60. But normally, it's around anywhere from 80 to 100 views. So, there it is. But Visions, I thought that was a good point that you made up about I almost said Sleepaway Camp. My bad, buddy. You make a good point about Campnowhere. Visions is talking about this girl right here. So, this girl hooks up with Mud. And she's not even that fat. Again, if I was Mud's age around, I think Mud is like, what is he, Visions? He's like, I don't know, 10, 11, 12. That's the type of girl that Fears would hook up with if I was around 11 or 12. Because again, I told you, when I was in school, in middle school, because this movie takes place when they're all in middle school, about to go into high school. And I was never the popular guy. I was always that guy. I wasn't a nerd. Well, I was kind of a nerd, but I wasn't a super nerd, but I wasn't super popular. I was just in the middle. And everyone was like, oh, yeah, we know Fierce. He's cool. He's all right. He's nice to everybody. Because I hated drama back then, and I certainly hate drama now as an adult, you know? I tried to get along with everybody. I was always that, hey, if you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. You're an evil shit to me, I will be an evil shit to you. That's usually how the world, rotates in a circle, you know? You would think these idiot trolls would know that by now. If you're mean to me, I'll cause all hell for you too. And usually they start it. I've never started. Well, actually, a few times they've got me agitated, and I'll be honest, I have started some shit. Most 11 times out of 12, they usually start it. Usually. But I'm astounded. Adam wrote me and said, well, Fears, he goes, I think Joey really is ashamed of what he did. I'm like, probably not. I'm like, it's probably all a fucking show, because Joey is a two-faced person, just like how Quentin is. Joey more than Quentin, because I'll be honest, Quentin would not go there. He actually has some boundaries. Joey has no boundaries. I don't think Quentin would ever make fun of my dad, because he hasn't yet. But Joey, he's got no limits. That's why he's an evil shit. To make fun of someone's dead dad, you got to be pretty fucking evil to do some shit like that, man. That's pretty fucked up. And then Adam was like, well, he must have felt bad, Fierce, because the minute you left, like a day or two later, he erased his channel name off of Discord. I was like, oh, really? I'm like, well, let's find out. And I went to my blog. I still have Discord. I still have Discord.com, and I still message my friends on Discord. I'm just not in anyone's Discord. So I went to my blocked places, heroes, and he actually did. And I was like, well, he should feel ashamed, because it's pretty fucked up to make fun of someone's dead dad, especially, you guys know how much I love my dad. My dad is my hero, still is my hero. My dad was the fucking man. So no one's going to make fun of my dad and get away with it. No. But anyway. Let's see, huh? Dasha said, are you seeing anyone? No, not right now, Dasha, but I've been trying. I've been looking. It's just the search has not been good. But I keep up the search. I've been trying. So you're lucky to have someone, Dasha. Fears has been quite lonely for the last 4 years. So yeah. But hey, you know what? It's okay. You know? As long as I've got my friends and my family, my loyal fans like you guys, Fears pulls through the day. Because those 3 groups are the most important groups of my life. I love the shit out of my family. I love the shit out of my really close personal friends. And I love the loyal fans like you guys. So, as of right now, that's all I need. But someday, not when I'm 80, when I'm a reasonable age, I would love a Mrs. Fears. That would be nice. Or hell, even before a Mrs. Fears, I would just like to have another girlfriend. Because I've had girlfriends in the past, I just haven't had one in a long time. Hell, it's going to be quite rusty when I go on that first date, Visions. You know, like, whoever it is. Like, let's say I meet some girl in like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to be so rusty because I haven't had a date in ages. I kid you not. Eddie says, to the boot, boys. You know what? It's funny that you say that, Eddie. So, the other day, heroes, I was in a Goodwill, you know, buying DVDs and stuff, and I saw a glass boot. And I was like, should I get that for heroes? Kind of an upgrade, because your boot is plastic. And I went, you know what? I'm like, that's a very predictable, like, Christmas present. I said, I don't want to buy heroes present, you know, from a Goodwill, because if I did, and the trolls found out about it, oh, I would never hear the fucking end of it. Oh, Fears, you're not a good friend. You bought something like that was $1 or $2 from a fucking Goodwill. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, so I didn't buy it. I thought about it, though. I thought, well, maybe I could get him the boot and then buy something more expensive, like, later on down the road. I thought that would be a good idea. I'm like, oh, he needs an upgrade to his boot. You know, he's got a plastic boot. He got me a glass boot. This one in Goodwill is a glass boot. And it looked exactly like mine. There was no, like, lettering on it. It just looked like a glass boot. And I was like, I should get that. And then get him something else. But I wasn't afraid, because I'm never afraid of those fucking idiots. I thought, oh, they'll give me so much shit. So I said, nah, fuck that. It's been eternal peace for the last week or two. So I'm like, I better not rock the boat, you know. So I was that close, though, heroes. I thought about it. I thought, well, I can get him both. I'm like, I'll get him a really nice, like, big and extravagant gift, you know, for Christmas. I'm going to get your son something, too, because I got him some books last year that you and him could read together, because I think that father-son male bonding thing is important, you know. I envy heroes. I wish I could be a dad. I can't wait to be a dad at some point. I'd love to have kids, a wife, you know, a white house, you know, the white picket fence and the whole 9 yards, the American dream, as we would say. Hopefully one day it'll all kind of mold into place, you know. I don't really have a game, Dasha. I don't think finding your soulmate is a game. I just try to get myself out there, and I put myself out there as much as I can, Dasha. So it's not really a game. I'm on a few dating sites, and then anytime I go to like a convention, there's some pretty hot nerdy chicks that go to conventions. If they don't have like their boyfriend like hugged around them, you know, attached to their arm, then I'll go up to them and, you know, have a little chit chat with them and, you know, try to see if we can hang out. You know, so I try to get out as much as possible. But anyway, heroes, you almost got a new boot, but I wasn't afraid. I was just so nervous that if they found out that I bought one of your Christmas gifts from a Goodwill, it would have been a whole world of shit. And they know it. They're like, oh, Fears, you're not a good friend. Da, 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 da. Oh, their relentless fucking idiot mind fucking garbage that they spew out is ridiculous. Oh, wait, did I say they have a brain? No, they don't even have a brain. They have, like, fucking mush up there as their brain, you know? Anyway, so I just didn't want to take the chance, heroes, because they're always watching all the fucking archives and shit. Fuck their archives. I wish I could set their archives on fire. I wish I could set, like, oh, I love how they're so obsessed with, like, this oracle. Like, oh, Fears, I wouldn't say that. Oh, man, you don't want to piss off the oracle. And I would look. I literally said this to Joey and Quentin Visions one time. I was like, "Do you think I am afraid of some idiot Online? No, I'm not. I'm like, hey, Joey, fuck your oracle. I would take a lighter and light your oracle on fire. I would take a dump on your oracle's chest. I would take a dump on his face. I would take a dump on his head. I said almost the same thing to Quentin. And I've said that over the years. Has the oracle ever done anything to me? Zero. Nothing. Nada. And they won't because they're cowards. I'm just waiting for the oracle to knock on my door. That would be hilarious. I would open the door and I would punch the oracle right in the face and go, "You're dumb." And then I would, oh, actually, no, I would open the door and say, "You're dumb," hit him in the face, and then I would laugh, and then I would close the door. And then I would probably I would probably go back and lay on the couch and watch Halloween 1, 2, and 3, and then just bawl my little eyes out and laugh all night. That's exactly what would happen. So there it is. Anyway, would Fears recommend this? I don't know, Visions, what do you think? You think it's worth recommending? It's very outdated. It's very 90s. So if you like 90s comedy, then I totally recommend it. It's definitely outdated, though. Like, when I saw Super Soaker in this, I was like, holy shit, is Fears old? Because I didn't have all Super Soakers, but I had some Super Soakers. But they always had some hilarious name. Yeah, Super Soaker XP90. Yeah, mine's 10 times bigger than yours. And then all of a sudden, like a week or two later, my friend be like, "Oh no, Fears, that's the old edition. I got the new double-barreled, Super Soaker PX90 5000." And I'm like, do I give a shit? No. And then me and my friends would be playing in the backyard, and we'd have like these Super Soaker wars. I remember those. Those were good times. Those were good times. And my mom and dad had this like little faucet that they had the garden hose attached to it. So I would just rip off the garden hose and I would just undo the thing, stick the plastic thing up the up the faucet, and just turn the faucet on. And because it filled it up that quicker. Turn it off, reattached it, and I was like, and I would attack all my friends with my Super Soaker PX90 5000.2 or whatever the hell it was called. Those were the days, right, Visions? Visions, tell me you did not have a Super Soaker fight in the backyard. Everybody did. Why? Because Super Soakers were great. They were amazing. Super Soakers were the shit. They were great. But now, probably the only place you could find a Super Soaker, I guarantee you, probably not even on Amazon. I guarantee you'd find them on eBay. Maybe Etsy. eBay for sure. Etsy, that's a 50-50 chance. Amazon, no way. No way. Let's see. That was a nice bit of nostalgia. I had the Super Soaker 50. Well, I don't even... Was that the yellow and green one? Pixel? Hang on, let's find out. I think I know what you're talking about. Give me a second. It was some good nostalgia in there. They opened up that door in the movie Visions, and it's just Super Soakers and bouncy balls. That one kid grabbed that fucking mousetrap. I'm like, oh shit, mousetrap. I'm like, Fears hasn't played that in a long time. So there's a lot of nostalgia in the movie. So let's see if I can find a picture of it. I think it's the green and yellow one, Visions, that you're talking about. Super Soaker 50. I think it was yellow and green. Let me see. Oh yeah, yep, this is it. Oh man, you had this one. Oh lord, yep. Visions, I had this one. The Super Soaker 50. It was yellow, green, and then the trigger was orange, because I'm looking at it right now. I forgot that the trigger was orange, but most of it was yellow and green. Oh, yeah, I had this one. Oh, my lord. Man, this is going back a few years, Visions. I haven't seen a picture of the Super Soaker 50 in quite a long time. Oh, my lord. Lord. The Super Soaker 50. Oh my. But they always had some random number. Yeah, the Super Soaker 9000 PX40. It was always like the new brand, the new edition of it, So I'm just like, and my friend would always like throw up my face. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, Fears. Yeah, man." He goes, "Yours is like the new, like it's not even a new edition, man." He goes, "You got to get the new red one, man. It's got 3 double barrels on it. It holds 10 times more water and shit." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." "No, Fears, you got to get this." I'm like, "No, I'm good." I'm trying to think. I had an orange one. I had the Super Soaker 50. I had a blue one, and then I had a yellow and black one. So Visions. I had about 4 or 5 of them, I think, growing up. But I definitely, as soon as I saw this picture, and as soon as you said the name of it, the Super Soaker 50, I was like, wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Give me 1 second. I'm like, let me Google it up. I went to Google Images, wrote it in. I was like, oh, there it is, the green and yellow one. I'm like, oh yeah, baby. I'm like, that brings back some memories. Oh yeah. Picture this. Picture a little Fears running through the garden, super soaking the shiat. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Super soaking the shiat out of my baby brother. My baby brother super soaking the shit out of me. Right? This ultimate, like, death war of water guns. Well, not death, but you know what I mean. Those were the days, man. Good times. Good times. Good times, good tunes. That's right. Every kid had a Super Soaker. Or almost every kid. I know what Quentin would say. Oh, well, of course you had one. You're a spoiled rich kid. Well, I mean, I was very blessed as a kid. But hey, Quentin, shout out to being a spoiled rich kid. I kid you not, Visions. He may have made that up, but now Fears is going to embellish it. I had friends that were even more spoiled than me. I was a little spoiled. But the guy that I'm talking about, he had every video game, every Super Soaker, he had everything. He would definitely be a spoiled rich kid. I was a little spoiled, but I wouldn't say I was a spoiled rich kid. But now that, not Visions, now that Quentin's made that up, Visions, I kid you not, when I get some extra money, I am making the official shout out to being a spoiled rich kid t-shirt. And Quentin, I will wear it with pride. Because that will piss off Quentin so much. He'll be like, oh no, I made that up. Oh no, fuck you. Fuck you, Quentin. I'm like, I'm doing it. And now, just like him, I won't let it die, right? Because I've asked Quentin a bunch of times, oh, just let it die, Quentin, just let it die. No, Fears, I'm going to keep it up. I'll be like, fuck you, Quentin, I'm keeping it up. And he will be stewing in madness. Oh, it'll be good. I can't wait. It's going to be good. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. I had an off-brand one where you had a big-ass water tank strapped. Oh, yeah, you had the backpack one. Oh, yeah, I had that one, too. I don't know if it was the off-brand one, Visions, but yeah, some of them had a backpack. Like, you had an extra water tank attached to your back. It was insane. So, like, let's say your gun ran out. You would take a hose and clip it into the back of the tank. It ran, like, over, kind of like the slime blower in, it kind of looked like the slime blower out of Ghostbusters 2. You know, the big-ass tank that the guy wears and he shoots all the slime out. It was kind of like that. Kind of like that, buddy. You would take the hose and attach it to the back, and it was that easy. You would just take it, and you would just hook it onto the back, and the hose would run up, and there was like, here's the gun, and they had the tank on top of the gun. If that one ran out, then he would just take the hose and attach it into, like, the barrel of the gun, and it would bring water up from that tank and fill up your little tank on the water gun or some shit like that. Oh yeah, buddy, those are I remember it. But I had a couple of off-brand ones. I remember they sold some water guns at like at a Dollar Tree, because Dollar Tree's been around forever, ever since I was a little kid too. So I remember me and my brother saving up our money, and we bought some like little squirt guns and stuff. Maybe we got those off-brand ones at a Dollar Tree, you know, back in Missouri, but the big ones that me and Visions are talking about, you had to get that from like Toys R Us. That's another store that's went bye-bye, you know, from long ago. KB Toys, that's another toy store that you know went out of business way ages ago. Anywhere in the mall you could buy a Super Soaker. I think Walmart sold them back in the day, but mainly my mom and my dad bought a lot of the Super Soakers. I would save up my money too, and I bought some Super Soakers from KB Toys and Toys R Us and places like that. So, oh yeah, Visions, I remember. Oh yeah. So that movie had a bunch of nostalgic stuff. So it's kind of like, I would describe this movie as like a feel-good kind of movie. It reminds you of how rambunctious you were as a kid, because Fears was very rambunctious as a kid. Not much has changed. I'm still rambunctious. I still have tons of energy. I probably had even more energy as a kid. That's why I had to take not one, but I took 3 Ritalin pills a day. 3 of them. Then it got bumped down to 2. But because I have ADD, I just take all that raw energy that I have as an adult, and just put it into the streams and put it into my work and put it into my videos, and I kind of balances me out a little bit. But man, that raw energy as a kid, whoo! Oh Lord, you couldn't hold. Fears was never a dull minute, as a little Fears back in the day. But again, I never got into a lot of trouble. I got into trouble sometimes, but mainly it was just harmless energy that I would be, playing around with my friends, or sometimes my friends were busy, so I played by myself. I would make up my own little world. I'd be in my own little world sometimes, because you can't play with your friends 24 hours a day. So sometimes I had to make up my own games and play by myself, and So I was never bored as a kid. Never. I was always running around doing building tree forts, super soaker fights, going fishing with my dad, hiking with my dad. I mean, we were always up to something as a kid, Let's see. Vision says, do you take meds for it now? No, not really. Because, again, I've learned to harness the energy, Visions. The only time I get like super excited is if I'm excited about something. Like I was like my best friend Eric, he knows. He's like, oh, he goes, here comes excited Fears, because we've been friends for so long. We've been friends for so long, Vision. So you kind of see it too. Whenever Fears gets something, like whenever I get really excited for something, the energy goes from here to here, right? So anytime I'm excited to like watch a new movie, that's when the energy starts flowing. I got really excited, like when I was talking to that one girl. I thought I was gonna have a date, but then I found out she was trying to trick me, and I went, "Oh no, fuck you, bitch! I'm out of here." Remember that girl? That was like a month or two ago. She wasted my time for 3.5 weeks. Then she was trying to get me like to do crypto, and I told her 3 times, I'm not really interested in crypto. I'm fine. I make enough money. I'm cool. No, you gotta try it. I'm like, I'm good. I don't have no need for it. I'm like, let's just focus on our first date. Okay, Fears, okay. There was never gonna be a first date, so thanks a lot for wasting my time for 3 weeks. So she was a good actress. So it's like that kind of stuff, Visions. Whenever I get really excited, like I got really excited, for my vacation coming up. And I've even told you, I'm excited for us to hang out. But it's just harmless energy, It's not like violent energy. It's not like, it's always good energy, like good energy flowing. It's not any what's the word? It's not anything bad. It's not bad energy. It's all good energy. But yeah, and I just take that energy now and I just put it into anything I'm interested in. My work, my writing, editing the vlogs, editing video, all that stuff. So yeah. But every once in a while, like Visions, I'm not going to tell everybody what we talked about last night, but I do get a little bummed, I will say one thing, that I'm not going to say everything that we talked about, and I'm definitely not, I was going to tell them about the crazy dream that I had last night, Visions, but I probably shouldn't. One thing that's been on my mind, and my mom even said it, we were at the wedding, my mom brought it up again. She goes, I want you to be happy, John. I said, so do I, Mom. She goes, when am I going to have some grandkids? She goes, I'm already getting older. I want some grandkids. I'm like, Mom, I would love to have kids someday, but I'm like, there's a very important thing when you have kids. You have to have a woman to have kids. And I said, I'm old school. I said, I want to do it right. I'd like to date this girl, whoever it is out there, for a year or two, like how Dad dated you for 2 years. Get married, do everything right. That's just how I am. I was raised with good morals and values in my family. And I want to do it right. I said, but Mom, I can't give you any grandkids without a Mrs. Fears. And my mom's like, well, have you been trying? I said, I have. I've been trying. I said, Mom, I'm on 2 dating apps right now. She goes, well, why don't you sign up for a 3rd one? I said, all of them cost money, Mom. I said, I can only afford those 2 right now. I said, whenever I get some more money, maybe I'll sign up for a 3rd one. I said, or if I can find a free one, I'll do a free one, And my mom's like, have you tried anywhere else? I said, I've tried talking to some girls at church. I said, all the girls at church that are my age are taken. Everyone else in my church is super old. Nothing against them. They're just old, And I try to help out at my church when I can. Anytime they're like, hey, Fears, we're really tired. Do you mind helping move this table? And in my mind, I'm like, well, yeah, of course. You're 80. You shouldn't have to move that table. I'll help you move that table, you know? So I told my mom Visions, I'm like, it's not for a lack of trying. I said, I have been trying. I said, anytime I've gone, I said, I've went to bars. Just no one's really interested right now, I guess. And I took Randall's advice. He's like, Fears, whenever you message them, don't make it a big, long, like, paragraph, because girls don't want to read, like, 2 hours of a fucking paragraph. I said, Randall, I took your advice. I keep it very short and sweet. I always mention, something that we have in common. Hey, Melissa, nice to meet you. I'm John. Oh, wow, I see that you're from the Midwest and you moved out to Florida. So did I. I'm like, how have you? And then I always ask them a question, because Randall said, always ask them a question, Fears, so then they have something to talk about when they message you back. I'm like, oh, so what did you move out to Florida for? I keep it very short and sweet. And I've had a couple, and the only responses I've gotten are from women that I'm not interested in. And some people have said, oh, well, Fears, you probably go for the hot flowing models all the time. Some, yes, but not all. I say at this point, like, I've only dated one super hot chick, and that was my ex. All the other girls have been kind of mediocre. I mean, I go for both. I go for looks and personality. I've always said this, because you can have the hottest flowing piece of ass ever, but if she has no personality, then she's probably dumber than a box of rocks. So I look for both. I look for personality, and yes, I like them to be attractive, because if you're not attracted to them, then what's the point? So I look for a good equal balance of both. But yeah. What's up, Triple? He says, he's doing well, he's doing great, he's doing fantastic. That I am, Triple, and I'm glad you are too, buddy. Tell her she's got plenty of grandkids on the tissues in the trash can. Oh, shit. Wow, you actually went there. Good Lord. No comment, Triple, on that. No comment. That's just gross. And plus, I would never say that to my mom. I have more respect for my mom than that, buddy. I would never say some shit like that. I know you're joking around, Triple, but that was nuts. It made me laugh, but that's nuts, buddy. I would never say something like that to my mom, ever. But just between you and me, Triple, that was pretty fucking hilarious. I gotta admit. I'm sure everybody got a little giggle out of that. I know I did. Anyway. No, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry, Triple. I thought it was fucking hilarious, but I would never say that to my mom, ever. But between you and me, buddy, I thought it was fucking great. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah. Visions, what do you think? Do you think that was a pretty funny joke? Of course it was. Of course it was, buddy. Anyway. Totally recommend this. Totally recommend this. The reviews are done. All right, last topic. Vision says, when you comment on model accounts on Twitter and Instagram, people can see that. That's true. Well, it's not anything bad, I'm always giving them, like, credit where credit is due, It's not anything, like, crazy, We can see what you're after. Well, I'm not going to deny it, Visions. Yes, they are hot. Fears would not mind dating a model. But do I always go for those girls? No. On the dating apps, I go for both. I go for personality and looks. Some girls, they're like a 7 or an 8, which is, they're cute. But I just want everyone to know, I don't always go for, like, models and, perfectly flawless women. But in the same term, I'm a guy. I'll be like, does that girl look hot? She looks very hot. Any guy would do that. And I don't think that's wrong, giving them, hey, you look very beautiful today. She is. I'm just giving her a compliment. It's not like a creepy comment. It's not like, yeah, I need you. It's nothing like that, Visions. I'm like, hey, you look cute today. Hey, that's a nice new bikini. You look hot. To me that's a lot. Lots of people do that. Run a black light over. That was good, Visions. Well, one, I don't have a Ghostbuster plushie. I have a Ghostbuster blanket, but not a plushie. Plushies are those pillows. I thought about getting one. They had one at FYE of, like, Slimer. It was either wait, was it Slimer? No, it was it wasn't Slimer. It was Stay Puffed. It was the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I don't have one of those yet, Visions, but you would never see any stains that would require a black light. Zero. Man, you guys are going nuts with the jokes tonight. Oh, my Lord. Getting spicy in the chat. Oh, Lord. Fears never compliments my bikinis. Well, Triple, you're a guy. You're a guy, so that would just be weird if I complimented a guy's bikini. Plus, one, Triple's not a lady. He's a guy. Two, men don't wear bikinis. Women wear bikinis. It would be very weird. Not judging if a guy wore a bikini. I'd be like, oh, I'm not judging you, but that's not Fierce's cup of tea, and it's a little weird. You know? I try not to judge anyone. You know? Oh, I never said that you said it was wrong, Visions. I was just letting you know I don't think it's wrong. He goes, but I know the trolls. Well, not all my fans are trolls. I've got a lot of them. I've got a lot of loving and loyal fans that follow me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and all the rest. TikTok. Visions follows me on TikTok. So yeah, I know that some people can see it. You know. So yeah, Eddie says this stream is getting kind of spicy. It is. It is. But you know what, Eddie? I don't mind a spicy stream. I like debating with the fans sometimes. We're just having a nice, polite chat. So, yeah. But no, I get what you're saying, Visions. I get what you're saying. You know, I think it's been a while, though. I think the last time I commented on one of the hot flowing models, I think it was a few days ago, I think. And I don't remember which one it was, because there's so many hot Instagram models out there. So, yeah. We're almost at the end. We're getting there. Almost at the end. So we all know what happens when Fears runs out of coffee. It's the end of the show. That's how I always do it. But no, I never said that you said it was wrong, Visions. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But I try to give everybody credit where credit's due. I'm like, well, is that girl hot? Yes. Did she take a hot photo? Yes. Does she look absolutely gorgeous in that bikini? Oh, yeah. So I'll give credit where credit is due. Now, obviously, it would be weird if I did it on every single post. I don't do it on every single post. Just every once in a blue moon, I'm like, hey, that's a cool modeling photo. You look top-notch in that one. And a few times they've responded. She'll be like, oh, thanks, I appreciate that, you know. But they don't always respond, you know, so yeah. Anyway, I appreciate everybody watching. As always, it's been a fun stream. If you guys got anything else that you want to talk about, let me know. I'm going to end it, though, with my dream vacation. I want to hear your guys' dream vacation. So I will pose this question to you. If money was no object, sky's the limit, what would be your guys' dream vacation? So Visions, Eddie, Triple, Dasha, everybody in the chat. I mean, go nuts with it. If money was no object, sky's the limit, go nuts. Where would you want to go? What would you want to do? I've got a couple of them. So I'll tell you a couple of them. The first one, I haven't been to visit my British family since before COVID. And my British family has been begging my mom, begging my brother, begging me to come. So I would love to go to England. And my family stays in a little village, a little bit past Manchester. So Manchester is 4 hours away. 2 hours away from London. London is 4 hours away from where my British family lives. So they live in a small type of village city. I've been there many times. I've been to England 25 times in my lifetime, and every single time has been spectacular. Spectacular. And my mom always shows us something different. So every time I go, it's like a new vacation. Even though I've been there 25 times, my mom's like, you know what? I'm going to take you to this museum. You and your brother's never seen that. Oh, we're going to go see those castle ruins. You've seen these castles, John, but you've never seen these castles. I'm like, right on, Mom, let's do it. I'm like, I'm always up for an adventure. Let's do it, you know? So my mom always shows us something. Vision says, my dream vacation would be Disney World with my friend John Fierce. Are you being for real, Visions? Nice. Well, listen, I've always told you, Visions, mi casa su casa. Bring you and Mrs. Visions, and we'll go to Disney. We'll make it a reality. I think what we should do is let me come and visit you first next year, because I've been planning it, and that's happening. The fucking Goonie locations awaits. The fucking shooting guns with Visions at Matt Man's face awaits. But we're going to have to get creative, Visions, because I know that motherfucker, if we put his image, I don't give a shit about him. He's a pedophile fuck. But he's a little baby back bitch. If me and Visions shot a scene in the vlog of, hey, we hate Visions. Not Visions. I don't hate Visions. Hey, we hate Matt Man. Everybody hates Matt Man in the community. Me and Visions are going to set up a target and shoot his face with Visions guns. Visions, that motherfucker, will be like, oh, what? I'm going to copyright strike Fears' video and take the epic Lord Visions, trip video down. I know he would, so we're going to have to get kind of creative when we do that. But maybe after the trip, Visions, I didn't mean to say I hate Visions. I'm sorry. I meant to say I hate Matt Man. So Visions, I apologize. Maybe after I do that trip, you and Mrs. Visions are always welcome to come. I'm just going to let you know, Disney is, it's pretty expensive. So we could go a couple of times. I would set some money aside. Definitely get that park hopper, buddy. That park hopper pass, that's for sure. You'll save a shitload of money. But that's cool, Visions. That's cool. Let's see. Triple says I'd hit up I'd hit the rich dudes up for a ticket to Mars. Oh, that would be cool. Triple, I'm not even kidding. Going to Mars, that'd be fucking awesome. That would be the ultimate vacation, man. Ooh, damn, you were reaching to the sky. Literally, you were reaching for the sky on that one, man. Holy shit. Mine, so I've got a couple. So mine, I'd want to go visit my British family again. And I've got some British friends over there, too, that I need to catch up with. So that would be one. I've always dreamed about going to Hawaii. Always. I've always wanted to take a trip to Hawaii. Grandpa Fears and Grandma Fears, they've took a trip to Hawaii when my grandpa was still alive. And I've seen the family footage of my grandpa, what he shot over there. And it looks really nice. They went in 90... Oh, let's see. My grandpa died in 1993. So I think it was like their last big vacation before my grandpa got sick. I think he went in 89 or 90, something like that. So it was one of the last trips that my grandma took with him, something like that. I know that he passed away in 93, but don't quote me on when they went to Hawaii. Visions, I think it was like 88, 89, 90, something like that. 1990. But I've seen the family footage of when my grandpa and my grandma went to Hawaii, and it looked amazing. So one day I'd love to go to Hawaii. If money was no object, definitely Hawaii. Love to check out the Bahamas. My friend Eric has took his wife there. And Aaron is my friend too. Eric and Aaron, they're my good friends from Missouri. And they said, Fears, you've got to go one day. She goes, that would be like the ultimate vlog. And I was like, that would be a cool vlog. That would be sweet. But if I was in Hawaii, I would check out some Jurassic Park movie locations like no fucking other, man. Oh, yeah. It would happen. Oh, yeah. But that's cool, Visions. Well, listen, man, you're always welcome. You are always welcome. Talk to Mrs. Visions. Let's make it happen. Disney World it up. I didn't know that you were a big Disney fan, though. Well, I don't think you're a big Disney fan, but I remember you tell me Visions. Didn't you tell me you never got to go as a kid? So I know that you're not a big Disney fan, but Disney World's a whole other can of worms. So you can still have a good time at Disney World and not be a Disney fan. But yeah, that would be an experience, buddy. Right? I think you told me that, right, Visions? I can't remember. I know you said your parents couldn't afford it or something, like you never got to go as a kid or something. Everyone should definitely go to Disney World at least once in their life. It is a lot of fun. So get ready for tons of restaurants, tons of foods, tons of rides, tons of Disney characters walking around. You guys have seen my vlogs when I go to Disney World and Universal. It's a whole world of shit. It's like a world within a world, Visions. I kid you not. So yeah. So those would be my ultimate vacations. Some Bahamas, some Hawaii. Go back to England, check out the fam, see how the fam's doing. So yeah. But one day, hopefully those trips will happen. But Visions, you would be definitely, you're always welcome in Casa de Fears, and so is Mrs. Visions. So, because I know you guys take trips together and stuff. Which, by the way, I don't know when you're taking your big vacation's coming up, right? Visions, you and her, you're going to you said Texas, Nevada, California. So when does all that go down, buddy? Let me know before I end the stream. When are you guys going on that big trip? Is that like in August or September or when or did you guys already take it? You didn't really tell me. When is that big extravaganza taking place? Let Fears know. Let me know. I'm kind of curious. So yeah, but triple, I gotta say, going to Mars, whew, that would be sweet. You know, the first holiday tree on Mars. Triple would be all over that shit. He'd be like, Fears, I took your advice, man. I made a fucking Halloween tree and shit. Put it on fucking Mars. I'd be like, way to go, Triple. Way to go. You get in there, buddy. You do it. That's right. That's right. Anyway. Vision, I'm just curious. Before I go, when is you and Mrs. Vision's trip going down? When is that? It's none of my business. I'm just curious. When is that? When is that, buddy? I don't know if you want to say it on stream. I'm just waiting for your response, and then I'm going to end the stream. But I mean, if you don't want to, I mean, only if you want to, tell everybody. I'm just curious. I know you've told me, but I forgot. I forgot when all that's going down. Because you said, well, Fears, I got to take her on that trip, so we probably should hang out next year. And I was like, that's completely fine. I'm like, let's do the Fears Man and Visions trip next year. So yeah, I just forgot whenever you guys. I know you said you're going to Texas and Nevada. I think California. I don't really remember, though. I don't remember the whole how it goes down. Something like that. I can't remember. TBD. Oh, to be determined. Okay. Well, let me know. Let me know, buddy. And I want you guys to have fun. But next year, we all know what's happening next year. The Lord Visions trip. Oh, man, I cannot wait to go to my boss and go, I'm taking a week off, buddy. And then she's like, for what, Fears? I'm like, oh, I'm going on vacation. Lord Visions it up. Portland, Oregon, baby. Or, wait, you don't live in Portland. You live by Portland. So I'm going to have to talk to Visions. Hey, Visions, where do you want me to fly in? Because I've only been to Portland 2 or 3 times because my Uncle Terry lived there, and we've never flown there. Me and my mom and my dad, my brother, we would always drive there. So flying to that part of the country, I'm looking forward to it. I love travel. I love flying. I love trains. I love boats. I love road trips. I love all that stuff, man. I love it all. That's why I would love to work in the airline industry. I get those free trips, and Fears would take many trips to places on the weekends and get more fucking footage for you guys and me. More adventures. Kind of like Indiana Jones. A new adventure. I'm always on the airline websites applying for jobs. It's hard, though, to get into the airline industry. Because I've been trying for the last 2 or 3 years now, and zero. Nothing. I've came close. I almost got that flight attendant thing. I've came close, but we keep on trying, don't we? All right, that was the end of the coffee. All right. Well, I got to say, that was a hell of a trip. A hell of a show. I will say this, Visions. I don't know if you were being... Because Visions, like me, we joke around with each other a lot. Visions, if you were being for real about your dream vacation to do Disney World, you are more than welcome to come. Talk to Mrs. Visions. You know, you can show up. Surprise Fears. You know, write me on Instagram, hey, Fears, I need you to pick me up. We'll be the two dressed all in black, holding up a white sign saying, yo, Fears, it's Visions. I would be there. I would pick you guys up. We would go to Disney. Mi casa, su casa, baby. That's right. Because you're a good friend. And like I said, not just Visions. Everybody deserves to do Disney World at least once in their life. Hell yeah. I've always had fun at Disney. But the only difference between me and Visions is I love the shiat out of Disney. Anytime I get a chance to go, Fears, I'm a nerd. I got my fucking Disney ears on. I'm like, yeah, Mickey, get over here. Let's do a selfie. You know, a little selfie. I'm like, Minnie, where the hell is your ring? I'm like, tell Mickey to get his head out of his ass, buy a ring, put a ring on Minnie's finger. You know? Why hasn't he done this yet? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm taking off. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to FearsMan26, the main channel. Fears Vlog. Check out my new video. It's called Signing Autographs for Fans. I signed autographs for Visions, The Dude, Yakovich. Check it out. Leave a comment. Leave a like. Let me know what you think. Follow Pixel. Lord Pixel. Lord of the Pylons. It's just pylon after pylon after pylon. Shh, after pylon. Follow Triple and his obsession with my fucking Halloween tree. I don't know why he's obsessed with it. He's obsessed with it, though. Follow Tommy NC 2010. That hilarious fucking guy. Follow Richie. He's the barbecue sauce Moldu shower master. The Moldu shower master. He is. There's lots of mildew on that. Mildewage! But that's his way, though. That's his way. You'd think he would scrub his toilet and his shower, what, once every 3 months? Not even that. Black moldew it up, buddy. I can't get mad at Richie. I would never leave my bathroom like that, but that's what he does. He's the master. Check him out at Richie Wright. Check that guy out, man. He's awesome. Check out the Sega Camp Gamer and Wear Camp on Twitch. I haven't had him on the show in quite a while. I may have to write Sega tonight or tomorrow and get him on the show soon. I haven't had him in quite a while. And last but certainly not least, my friend, my buddy, my pal, Visions. Lord Visions, King of the Goths. Go to www.exhumvisions.com. Buy some cool shit. His new shirt, the Terminator 2 shirt. I know now why you cry. I can't wait to buy it. I even told Visions that last night. I wrote a message to him on Instagram. I left a comment saying, yo, I cannot wait to buy this. And he liked it. He liked the comment. That was for you, buddy. I will buy it at some point. I don't know when, but I will buy it. So keep it on the website. Hell yeah. And why should he buy something? Because Visions is a cool motherfucker. And he's my friend. And I always give a shout out to my buddies, my pals. I try to help out all their social media and their businesses and whatever they're into. All right. Well, Fears loves you. Fears cares about you guys. Stay safe. Have a fun rest of your weekend. And as always, I'll be back another day. More movies, more adventure, more bullshit, more gossip, more fucking hilarious shit, more everything. All right. This is Fears. Signing off. Peace. Deuces, and Mrs. Fears, wherever you are, hurry up and meet me. 4 years. 4 years. It's been so long. Oh. Anyway,